Welcome to Everything Wellness with Army. Thank you for joining me in today's podcast episode. Today we'll be talking about happiness. So what is happiness? Happiness is a sense of well-being, joy, and contentment. We all experience both positive and negative emotions, feelings, and moods. When you experience positive feelings, you feel happiness. Relationships, achievements, work, and many other areas in life also need to be considered when it comes to happiness. Just because you're a happy person, it doesn't mean you don't still feel a range of emotions like anger, sadness, frustration. From time to time, we all feel these emotions. Let's look at a happy person. Let's say, for example, her name is Susan. Susan is living the life she always wanted, or she feels satisfied with her life. She feels accomplished, or will accomplish what she wants. Happiness is a perception, may be different one person to the next. In our example, Susan is a happy person in general because she is satisfied with her life, but this doesn't mean she doesn't feel other negative emotions time to time. But her general state is happiness. Through my life experiences, the happiest people I met have some common traits, such as gratitude, optimism, contentment. If you listen to my last week's episode about goals, we can also include accomplishing goals as a way of feeling happy. Why? Because the sense of satisfaction you get every time you accomplish them. You know, that happy feeling, you accomplished it, you feel happy, right? It brings you happiness. Or let's say maybe watching your favorite show on TV brings you happiness. Or maybe volunteering for a good cause is your happiness. While watching a TV show could bring you happiness for a short term, personal growth and community-focused activities help boost your happiness for a long time. You know, short term and long term. A TV show brings you the short-term boost of happiness, but if you do something for your own personal growth or your community, that your happiness could last for a long time. There are a few things that you can do to make your life happier and more fulfilling. A few examples could be exercise. So why is exercise good? Right? Let's see. Exercise is good for both your body and mind. You will improve your mood and fight off depression. Even if you're physically active for 15 minutes a day or work out only once a week, you will have higher level of happiness than people who never exercise. Well, I always tell my clients my favorite exercise that anybody can do from age 7 to 77 is walking. You could go out, just get some fresh air. Walk is good for your mind and body. You become one with nature, you could say. Also, there is gratitude. If you can write down every day what you're grateful for in your life, it will be a great, simple way to boost your mood. We all have something to be grateful for in our lives. As you start making your list and start thinking about what to write on your list, you're going to realize many positive things in your life. Maybe you never thought of them before. But as you start doing that list, you have that pen and paper in your hand, and you're thinking, you're like, okay, What am I grateful for in my life? Which many of us, maybe we never thought about it before. We're so busy running here, running there, doing this, doing that. Did you, ever take a second to think about what you're grateful for? You will be amazed how many things you could come up with. Okay, let's go to the next one. Sense of purpose. If you have a purpose, you will feel more fulfilled. A purpose gives you a direction and a meaning. You can try exploring your interests. See what your passions are. Look for new things you might want to learn. Find a goal you care about which will lead you to be productive and gives you a sense of direction. You could just go into whatever interests you have. Just try to explore which one of these interests that will bring you happiness in your life, right? Happiness is not a goal like learning a new language or losing weight. It is not a one-time deal. You need to nurture and grow it continuously. It is a lifelong journey. So it's not like, okay, my goal was to lose weight, I lost it, I'm done. Happiness is an everyday, continuously, you gotta work on it. Right? You gotta get your state of mind right and work for it. So the way you talk to yourself is also very important. All of us, time to time, get those negative thoughts and start doing that negative self-talk, which is not good. As an example, let's say you have a friend, she came to you, she's in a negative state of mind, and she expresses that she feels like a failure. What would you say? Would you tell her, yes, you are a failure? Or would you remind her she accomplished a lot and this is just a setback? So I imagine you pick the positive approach. So why not do the same thing for yourself and pick a positive approach? Instead of saying, I am a failure, say, this is just one setback. You need to recognize the negative thinking. When you start to think of, I am a failure, I am this, I am that negative self-talk, negative self-thinking, just recognize it and challenge it. Why am I saying the things that I wouldn't say to another person, right? Just challenge it. As soon as you catch it, then you could just get over it. Another great way to reduce negative thinking and boost happiness is controlled breathing. In one of the episodes, I also talked about meditation and breathing. Controlled breathing is actually an ancient practice. Yogis have used controlled breathing to promote concentration and improve vitality. In meditation, you also use controlled breathing technique. Do you sometimes find yourself just holding your breath without realizing when you're under a lot of stress? If you realize that, sometimes you just don't even realize it, you don't even feel it, but you're holding your breath. Your shoulders get, you feel pressure around your neck and shoulders, you just hold your breath, you're under stress. Just throughout the day, try to take 2 deep breaths whenever you can and be aware. Be aware of your breathing, When you feel negative emotions are trying to take over on the times you didn't, let's say, have an easy day or for whatever the reason is, don't just get lost in all that. Try to change your state of mind. You can put a funny movie on and take your mind off things, changing your state of mind. A great way I personally like to do, I love watching old classic comedy movies for a good laugh. One of my favorites is Rockabye Baby with Jerry Lewis. Let the serotonin, the happy hormone flow. Just watch the movie, have a good laugh, just unwind for that maybe an hour. As soon as you change your state of mind, the way you think about whatever you're facing throughout your day is going to take a different shape. Then you're going to try to come up with solutions, and maybe you're going to realize this is not even an issue. I shouldn't even make this into an issue, nor should I let it affect me, right? It's just that the state of mind change helps a lot. Happiness is up to us. A big part of how happy we are mostly depends on our mindset. Do what makes you happy and fulfills your life. It could be your interests such as music, art, cooking, reading, or sports. Finding daily time for your interests will definitely boost your happiness. Imagine that you could find time to maybe, let's say, to read your favorite book every day, which makes you happy, right? Brings you happiness. Or paint that painting. Or cook that delicious meal. If you include this in your daily life, you're going to see how it will boost your happiness. You can begin with small and specific actions. After a while, they become habits. That means they will fit in your day without even thinking about them. Let's say you're working all day. At first, you're starting to include this interest of yours, let's say painting or playing an instrument. And you're thinking all day about, okay, I'm going to go home, I'm going to cook, I'm going to take a shower, and then maybe around 8:30 I could start playing my instrument for an hour. After a while, every day you do this, it becomes a part of your day. It's just without thinking it, you're just doing it, right? It becomes a habit. So I'm sure we all heard about the saying, do good, feel good. Giving is also a big part of happiness. When people think about the action of giving, automatically they think of money. And no, it's not only money. You can give your time, ideas, attention, skills, or care. Giving to others helps us connect with people and meets one of our basic human needs. Volunteering for a cause, donating clothes, giving away books which you already read, writing a blog, sharing your knowledge or skills are a few examples. You could also give a compliment. Let's say you're walking on the street, you see somebody who's unfortunate, sitting on the sidewalk. Let's say a homeless person, you could just give them maybe a coffee on a donut or anything you desire to share. It is possible, it's not always money. It is possible to share anything that you could give to others to help them, to connect with them, right? We are human beings. We need to connect with each other. We need, that's a need. So by giving whatever you can, your time, your knowledge, your skills, you could accomplish this. In this journey of happiness, I also can suggest not to depend your happiness on other people. As you know, People can have a change of heart or a change of mind. If you depend your happiness on just that one person, you may get disappointed. As much as you can dream or wish to have things work out with a specific person, sometimes they just turn out the way we want. But you need to understand that you cannot change or control other people's choices. So instead of putting all your happiness in one person's hand, take it in your own hands. You are responsible for your happiness, so do not hold another person responsible. Don't wait for others to make you happy. Nobody is perfect, and as we grow, we all learn through our experiences, our choices, right? That's what life is all about. Relationships is a sensitive topic, but letting go of what is not working, anchoring in your own heart, and flowing with energy is the way to step into your own happiness. So what is the purpose of pushing something if you see it's not working, right? It could be a relationship, a job, a friendship, any ship, right? If it doesn't work, just let it go. It's better to let the energy flow. When you feel stuck on a place, on a person, or a situation, the energy stops flowing. And in return, you feel stressed and unhappy. Let's say, have you ever been in a situation you thought you were in it for the long run, but it ended suddenly, right? Suddenly, whoop, ended one day. Let's say, as an example, you got into a relationship with a person and you are not, let's say you are in it for the long run. But the other person decides to change everything in one day and that relationship ends. Maybe the other person had a change of heart or they had their own reasons, we don't know. The best thing to do is move on, take your time to heal yourself and do things in your life which makes you happy. We need to respect other people's choices and make our own choices for our own happiness, right? We can respect their choices and we will make our own choices for our own happiness. Just don't let anything or anybody hold you back and keep moving towards your happiness. I would like to end today's episode with a quote from Roy T. Bennett. The quote goes, "Take responsibility of your own happiness and never put it in other people's hands." So I want to thank you for joining me today. I will be back next Monday with a new podcast episode. Have a great day. Take care and be happy.